you eat ass with a baby spoon.
Hello, my name is Cedric, and along with my beautiful wife, Connie, we'll be hosting my brand new podcast, That's What I Said. I'm a retired Navy veteran that suffers from PTSD and anxiety, and we'll discuss how I cope with the mental illness through comedy and discussion. It's a podcast that will talk about everything from cryptocurrency to comedy. If we are worrying about the dollar going up and down, up and down, up and down, and it's still a dollar, guess what? The value of that means absolutely nothing. Cryptocurrency in itself is the future of money. From spirituality to cannabis. To have cannabis on the Schedule 1 list is bullshit. I'm sorry, it is. It makes absolutely no sense. If it's a seed that can be planted and it has healing properties in it, why the hell is it in Schedule 1? Last time I checked, cocaine don't have a healing property in it. From interracial relationships, I don't have a problem with people talking about interracial relationships. People try to talk bad about my interracial relationship just to think that they can get under my skin. I mean, really, it don't bother me. I mean, let's not make, call a spade a spade. But if you have a problem with someone that's in love, it shouldn't matter the race of the person. It's a mental illness in our community. The problem is people want to put labels on it. Everybody wants to put color on everything. And as soon as you put color on it, it gets treated differently. The money gets treated funny. Because if it's dealing with Asians, guess what? It's going to take a longer process unless those leaders step up and get into the president's face or U.S. leaders' face and say, this is a problem in our community. Not leaving one topic unturned. If you want to hear real, authentic conversation, interviews, and comedy, please take time to listen to That's What I Said, because I said what I said.
Giving you 100% authentic, real, raw, unapologetic truth with no filter. Listen to That's What I Said. Available on your favorite podcast platform.
They probably just eat ass with a baby spoon.
That's what he said. That's what he said. Yeah, yeah. 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 That's what he said. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's what he said. That ain't my fault. That's what he said. That's what he said. That's what he said. That ain't my fault. I'm just gonna lay it down like this though. That's what he said. That's what he said. That's what he said. That's what he said. When I say my shit, I'm gonna repeat my shit. I'm gonna make sure you understand the foundation of everything where I'm coming from. Don't get it twisted. That ain't my fault. That's what he said. That's what I said. What? That's what I said. That's what I said. That's what I said. Wow. We gon' do it like that. Yeah. Yeah.
They probably just eat ass with a baby spoon.
Welcome to another episode of That's What I Said with your host, Cedric Sanders. Giving you 100% authentic, real, raw, unapologetic truth with no filter. The broadcast starts now.
Friday. We trying to do something over here. I don't know what. Shit. Trying to do something.
I don't know what that is, but let's go.
Sound things checked out and right. Been a minute since we've been on. But what's good?
What's good? What's good?
Y'all already know what it is. Y'all tapped into the only broadcast that does a podcast live. I mean, there's some that may be out there. That don't mean they great.
Facts.
It is what it is. I mean, you know me. I'm gonna do whatever.
Facts.
So, let's go ahead and get this started because I'm already on one, and I'm probably gonna be on one all night. Just so y'all know, it's been a month, and distractions can come in many different forms, regardless of like what you are trying to do and what you're not trying to do. And I've learned through this whole process, you can't plan for shit. I don't give a damn what it is. You can't plan for it. You can't plan for your AC to go out.
Nah. That's real.
You can't just in all reality plan for just anything.
No,
and
it seems like something always coming up that skews those plans.
We ain't doing introductions. We ain't doing introductions. Y'all already know who the hell it is. I mean, you start doing introductions, then everybody's going to be like, oh, okay, you say this every podcast. But then what happens to the new people? It don't make a damn difference. Y'all know who it is. And if y'all don't know who it is, y'all ain't been following me long enough. This is Set of Descenders, the podcast called That's What I Said. I don't do it by myself. I'm always with my wife, Connie. What's good? Say what's up to the world.
What's good? Thanks, everybody, for tapping in and tuning in and joining us this evening. Glad to be back on air. Took a minute, but we here.
Yeah, we just had a lot of things going on. I mean, not to be too personal, you know, you just have a lot of things that, like I said, distractions, but it's how you go through those distractions and everything else to make sure that you're a relevant and consistent program or show, podcast, whatever it is that you're doing, you know, business. You got to be consistent. And for a month, of course, I haven't been recording or doing a live podcast, and I haven't recorded a podcast since I started this 3 years ago, and I'm not going to. So it's the live that you're going to get. And to me, that's the more authentic version of something than to do it live. Not shooting shots at anybody that doesn't record it. I mean, sometimes it's within your schedule. You just can't do it. So you're going to, you know, record it. Well, I'm retired. I don't have a schedule. It's just that stuff happens. And at the end of the day, when you get done with it, you're done with it. And if you got time to do it, great. If you don't, everybody's like, oh, well, you should make time. Well, that's the plan. You make time, but
sometimes that time
that
gets overcome by events.
Man, damn internet.
That OBE factor.
Damn internet. For the last 2 weeks, we've been dealing with it. But it's fixed, it's solidified, it's actually stable. So, but I mean, I've been trying to do this for 2 weeks now, and
yeah,
actually it's been longer than that. This is the third week, but it's been a month since we did the last one. The last one we did was July 29th. So, almost a month by a few days.
A couple days off. But
So
that's all right.
It's been long enough. But anyway,
let's go.
Welcome. So tonight we're gonna talk about what ifs, but we ain't gonna get into that right now. I'm sure it's not even I'm sure. There's been a lot of things going on that people have addressed. I'm not gonna readdress those things. There's things that has, you know, happened that I think, I wouldn't say shocked the world. I would just say has put people in a better perspective of, you know, certain individuals.
i.e., Donald Trump. This total and complete retard thought in the mind that swivels around Florida that, hey, when I leave the White House, I'm going to take these things. For what? What was the agenda? I'm still trying to figure this shit out.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was reading an article earlier in regard to it, and inside the boxes that they took out of Mar-a-Lago, they found, and I'm quoting Politico.com, 184 unique documents. 25 were marked top secret, 92 were marked secret, and 67 were marked confidential.
I don't know. I mean, I can't say that I'm bewildered or surprised or even, for lack of better words, I don't know. I mean, I don't think there's no other word. I'm not surprised. I mean, the truth is people will support somebody, yet when the truth starts coming out about this person, not because people don't like him, but because he's not a trustworthy type person. He has an agenda. That agenda is his agenda. But it kind of goes in the direction of how people feel about someone that wants to change the country for it to be better, but it doesn't benefit everybody that's here. And then, you know, you got people that are rich now, have come into money because of, you know, their businesses or the lottery or cryptocurrency, the stock market, trust funds from family, whatever the case may be. People have come across millions of dollars. And then when it comes to taxes, it's almost like who you know kind of thing. And then when him in the White House, he was trying to help the rich and basically allow middle class and lower income people suffer the brunt force of bullshit in their life. And to me, it takes us back to where nobody's paying attention to our education system. Nobody's paying attention to our our higher levels of education when it comes to this. And not to get political and not to get into this whole thing about Trump or anything else. I just find it very ironic and strange how people say they support somebody, yet his house is a ticking time bomb of Area 51 replacement in Mar-a-Lago, Florida. I don't know too many people that have top secret documents at their domicile. And if they do, they have to have special permission from, I don't know, security officers and say what. And I know for a fact that's not going to, it's going to be a no.
In my Randy Jackson voice, yeah, that's a no, dog.
That's a no, dog. I need to get that damn play thing because that's,
that's
I mean,
a no, dog. Like
for real. I mean, like, why hasn't like the news stations that I don't pay attention to anymore just because they're dumbasses. I mean, like, let's be real. I mean, CNN has their own agenda in a sense.
Yeah.
You can get some truth there. Some bullshit as well, but a lot of truth. Fox News is kind of vice versa. It gives you a lot of opinionated truths, but some very opinionated, skeptical lies and conspiracy theory shit that you kind of wish X-Files was still on. Just so you could have a fucking comparison. But I'm still trying to gather how in his mindset he actually thought that, you know, taking home classified material is a good thing. I'm just going to leave it in this box, or I'm going to put it in this drawer, this safe, or this file cabinet. Just to hold, just to safekeeping. Bro, have you ever heard of treason, espionage, anything like that? Not just the movies, but the reality of it.
Right, exactly.
And you're a former president? Oh, they tearing the lining out your ass when you get in the federal pen. It's happening. I don't give a damn who your lawyer is. It could be a cross-eyed midget named Rudy Giuliani. I don't give a fuck. You going to jail.
They going to
You
jail.
sitting between somebody's legs and your hair's getting braided. That's all I'm saying.
Damn.
That is all I'm saying. You're gonna have Fox News do their first interview from a state penitentiary or a federal pen, and your ass is gonna be in there with your hair braided, with your pants sagging off your ass, with a wife beater on, talking about what's good, Fox News, dab it up. Y'all got me on my commissary though. I mean, they seized all my assets, so I ain't got no chat up in here. You think you can hook a brother up?
I'm done.
Oh, they tearing the lining out his ass.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn if he's protective custody or not.
He definitely is.
Mr. Banks in the building on Facebook. What's good, my brother?
What's good, Banks? What's good? Yeah, he's definitely going to have some things occur.
I mean, I look at this as an opportunity for people to really kind of just take a step back, be observant of your surroundings. Your color of your skin is not going to be your bus pass. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Your color of your skin is not going to be your bus pass. We have the same problems we've been having, regardless of who the president is. The problem is we thought that having certain presidents in the White House, regardless of their demographic makeup, would actually institute change. Not the surface level change that people need. An overall change. Like a conversation where you actually sit at a table and say, oh, this is what's fucked up. I didn't know that. I didn't know it was to that degree. So what is a plan that we can use to rectify this situation? Some of these conversations ain't been had.
Yeah, you're right.
They happening on social media and a whole bunch of other places. But the problem is the people that's having these conversations may be successful. Maybe, these influencers or they could be celebrities or whatever the case may be. They're having these conversations, but nothing is being drawn forward to try to have a solution to try to minimize the shit that we're in. I mean, we're not too far from DC and we hear on a daily basis about somebody getting killed.
Yeah, just the other day they had like 13 people shot in one day.
Chicago, same thing. Detroit, bigger cities, LA, Kansas City, Jacksonville, Florida.
That shit's just ridiculous.
Norfolk, New York, all these places. I mean, there's a bunch of places that I didn't mention. Little Rock, Arkansas, Tulsa, Oklahoma. I mean, Dallas.
Right.
I mean, there's so many places that have the same systemic problem, but we won't have a conversation about it. Yet we are having a conversation of a former president having classified documents in his fucking Florida house that somehow he's able to pay for because his track record with businesses is not great. He does have some money, obviously, to where he can have Trump Towers and shit like that. But at the same time, our society doesn't even know how to manage money, let alone invest it, grow it, allow it to fertilize through the rest of the family. No, we don't know how to do that shit. We hate on opportunities of people that have it so that you can correct any, fouled up issues you may have financially. Mm-hmm. But really, are we using these tools? Are we just, I don't want to do that. I can't afford it. Oh, but you can afford to go buy some Newports and some fucked up tennis shoes to go to the club in that you're going to slip and fall and bust your ass in. That everybody gonna talk shit about. You could go do that. You can go do that to look good for somebody that really just want to have sex with you and take your wig off or, steal your rent-a-car that you stole flossing when you get all these females. You got your little rent-a-car. Everybody like, oh, I like your car. Thank you. I appreciate it. You out there busting out the damn factory speakers in them motherfuckers just to impress somebody to get some Wu-Tang. Let alone they on their cell phones in the back seat like, yeah, we jacking the shit out this nigga as soon as you get to the hotel room. And your ass walking around downtown butt ass naked with some penny loafers on looking for a bus pass. Nigga, I just told you. You are not going to have the bus pass. You are not allowed. You're too busy trying to impress people that don't want to be impressed. They trying to finesse.
Yeah.
Anywho,
I think that's what's happening with a lot of folks right now is that they're using that finesse tool for everything.
they eat ass with a baby spoon. Do I need to play that one?
You eat ass with a baby spoon.
Like, it's, I don't know. It's gotten to the point now where, I'm just ready for football to start.
The real football, not this preseason shit.
I mean, yeah, that part. But moving right along, y'all. I missed y'all. Haven't been on here for about a month. So we back. We're able to actually, go online, and I'm getting ready to do some more stuff. So starting next month, start looking for some new things, new content on the podcast. And if you haven't shared, if you haven't allowed the button to be pressed, press the button. Share. Support each other. Give everybody an opportunity to be able to listen to your voice or hear somebody that you listen to. Because if you gather and enjoy listening to me, then you should share that with other people. If you don't, then I get it. I understand why you don't share. But at the same time, I know you dig holes in your backyards and take shits in them and don't cover them back up. I know that's the type of person you are. What? Did I say something wrong? What? Was I not supposed to say that?
I wasn't ready for that.
Oh.
I wasn't ready.
I mean, I've meandered around the Facebook streets for the last couple of weeks since, we haven't been able to do a podcast, and I've noticed some
Fucked up shit.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Interesting shit.
Very interesting. Let's just say that. Let's say interesting. Because if I say anything other than interesting, then we're going to go down a rabbit hole that is going to...
I don't give a fuck.
We really probably just need to just go down this rabbit hole. So...
You said no and then said, yep.
Buckle up and hold on tight. So... I'm glad Banks is in here because he can attest to some of this fuckery that I've been actually, handcuffing myself to just because I can do that because I have free time and I'm retired. And for those that need to know, I'm going to put it out there. I don't live off of my wife's money. My wife don't live off of mine.
Nope.
We both have an income.
And we both have our own bank account.
And we both have our own bank accounts. I've heard this conversation going into the fuckery that I'm getting ready to talk about. So I've heard this conversation.
Again?
It's not recent. It's recent, but it's not so recent to the point where I forgot about it. And because I'm bringing up this conversation, it just bing hit my mind.
Yeah.
So there's a thought out there, I guess, because, people have this ability to create bullshit that they don't know, that they think that I'm living off of your income and your or some form of fashion, I'm swindling you to take care of me. No, it's kind of not a woman take care of the man kind of thing. Our relationship's a lot deeper than that. Unfortunately, the people that have these thoughts, their relationship is like a jungle gym. You keep wanting to jump on that bitch so you can go across to the other side, but they ain't never cleaned that motherfucker, so your hands is dirty as fuck.
And you keep falling off the monkey
And you
bars,
keep falling off the fucking monkey bars. Your hands got COVID all over it, or monkeypox, or measles, or polio, or some other shit. You don't wash your hands or your ass, so you didn't spread that shit, and you patient zero. I've gotten to this point, I think, in life that I don't care. I can appreciate jealousy because I know where it's coming from. But to end jealousy, the only way you can end jealousy is to make people realize I'm not the person you really hate. See, jealousy is a pure hate of someone because you don't have what they have.
Oh, absolutely.
They automatically put you in this situation where you think you better than me. No, it's not that. I would never think that I'm better than anybody else. By no means. Here's the problem. You don't think you better than anybody. So some form of fashion in your brittle ass mind that's like cake batter, you think you're better than me. You think, because I have this, you can have this if you was in my shoes. It's a pure jealousy to hate somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be mad if I didn't wash my ass and people kept telling me I stunk. It's like, damn, maybe I need to wash my ass. Or better yet, you keep getting in these messed up relationships with people, regardless of what you do in your life. Rather it's music, rather it's work, socializing with other people, a club promoter, you own a club, whatever the case may be. You can have whatever it is in life. But when you allow people to doubt you, you're going to start doubting everything that you do. All because somebody ain't got it. It's like you have the ability to change who you are, where you are in life, but going into the topic, and I didn't want to, but it's always about damn what ifs. It's a variable.
Right.
So anyway, let me
Woulda,
backtrack.
coulda,
So let me backtrack. So in my hiatus of the distractions, I was distracted a little bit on going on Facebook because I had time. So I was on Facebook a little bit observing. Wasn't necessarily commenting on a lot of things, but I was observing. And I observed how there's people out here that want to make it seem like they're big music execs. Make it seem like they're really successful because they put a lot of music out. But really, at recess, how many kids are on the playground? Just give a number. What do you think? In an average grade school at recess, because they have many recess times. So the time that you specifically look in the playground, how many kids do you think is on that playground at any specific time? Say 11:30.
Oh, that's got to be like 50 to 75 kids.
This motherfucker ain't even sold that many records.
Oh.
There's more kids on the playground having recess than this person sell records, but he a music exec, okay? He making executive decisions. But you ain't sold as many records as there's kids on the playground at recess. Let me sip my drink. So I'm in this live where I didn't start the shit. I just knew about it. And it particularly affected a certain individual. And I mean, rightfully so. It should have been affected. But I read that shit before it even happened. I knew he was full of shit just because of the way a nigga's studio looked. Looked like his room was made out of styrofoam.
You sure it wasn't a padded cell?
No, I think it was a roach motel. I think that's what it was. It was just like, the fucking sheetrock fell off the wall, so you put egg crates in there for soundproofing. But you look at the walls, and the walls look like an old, halfway house room. It was small as shit. Only a twin size bed can fit in that bitch. But in the closet that you have, that should have clothes in it. No, that's where you putting your mic stand and shit at. Where's your clothes at, my nigga? You got like 6 outfits, and you fold them up and you put them under your bed because it ain't no more room because you got all this music shit in there, and then the twin size bed pushed up against the wall. I mean, my dude was selling beats that he didn't produce.
Wow.
That he done bought from somebody else. And then he's trying to resell, trying to make some money off of it.
That's foul.
He holding concerts at hotels where people are doing family reunions and shit, and he in there talking about shooting niggas when this fat ass nigga can't run faster than you need to run to get out of any kind of situation.
Well,
so it'll probably take him that much longer, and he'll probably sweat all over everything that he would have to do to pull out a gun. So it's going to be slippery as hell. Then he lies and manipulates people, thinking they're going to have this when they don't have this. And they're selling people. There's people on his label that sell more records than he ever sells, although he puts out more music. You can put out 100 songs in a whole year. If you don't get 100 streams on that said music, don't say anything about being relevant in the music game. I don't care if they Google your name and your shit pops up with different pictures and shit like that. That doesn't, to me, that's not verification that you're a rapper. What's verification that you're a rapper? That you have followers on more than one platform. To me, if you can at least have 500 people following you on TikTok, hell, 250. Okay, you starting to do something. When you start getting to 1,000, That means more people are paying attention to you and they're starting to share your shit.
Right.
If you can't get to 1,000, to me, you can't be recognized as an artist that does music. A rapper, whatever, or singer, R&B, whatever. To me, you can't be valid. There's no validity in you being an artist if you don't at least have 1,000 followers. You may have it as a passion, but you can't say that you're an artist and you put out music and you got streams and stuff. Okay, what's your stream numbers?
Yeah.
If you could go live on Facebook and get more than 3 niggas to look at you, okay. Because those might be just your Facebook friends. They may not actually be fans. They may just support you because of whatever the case. But to me, if you have at least 1,000, TikTok, whatever.
Right.
That means you're putting out music, regardless of what label you're attached to, you're putting it out.
Yeah. And people are actually
people
to it.
And people are listening to it. People supporting you.
And they sharing it.
And they sharing your shit. This nigga. There was a whole dumpster fire. Like, you can't be valid and bring people on just because they catch you live and they think that your content's great and you sell them these wolf tickets and all this other bullshit. You sell them on the fact you know another musical artist. Just because you met him at a show, that don't mean y'all boys. You might know somebody that knows him or know somebody that knows somebody that knows him, but that don't mean y'all boys. So we had that kind of shit going on, just high school shit.
Yeah.
But it was on a deeper level than that, because to me, I felt like it was more so on how people are trying to sell dreams when they haven't even met theirs or even like successfully completed the course of being able to follow their dreams. So it's abundantly dumb for these people to be out there and I get access to their Facebook lives. It is completely dumb. Because I read people faster than shit.
Yeah.
And I called this shit like the first time I saw I was like,
very true.
This nigga, no. He may love music. Okay. You ain't no CEO. Niggas calling each other CEOs because you can go on the internet and get a mastery distribution deal for pennies under the dollar. It's really not that expensive. You can get people to mass distribute your music on iTunes and all this shit for not that expensive price. It's less than $500.
Damn.
And even if it's at $500, to me, that's not expensive. If you're trying to get your music out there, you're going to pay what you need to pay so your music is distributed, especially nowadays electronically. Whereas before, you had to be signed to a label to get your music pressed on a record.
Right.
Then when CDs came out, everybody was music producers then, because now all you had to do is buy your computer that printed on CDs.
Yep. And
you was done. You could sell those CDs right out the trunk of your car.
Amen. Sure could.
Ain't nobody listening to CDs.
Was doing.
But anywho, that was kind of the shit I was doing. That was the stuff that I was dealing with. That was stuff I was exposing myself to, I should say. I mean, there's people that I don't talk to and, lost friendships with or whatever. And I guess they deciding, to do their live shit again. And I say shit strongly, not loosely. Like a strong, you got to arch your back type shit and get it out.
Ooh, that bowel movement is bad.
Bruh, it's been stuck. It's like, oh, shit, get out, motherfucker. Goddamn. And then, there's people that will continue to be mentally ill and create whatever imaginary world they want to live in for the attention. And to me, it's not about shutting out people or not dealing with certain people. It's dealing with the fact your ass is crazy.
Yep.
It's people like you that need to be in a padded room with no fucking vest on. You don't need the vest. You just need to be able to bounce on the fucking walls freely and abundantly until you fucking stop. You don't need a straight jacket. A straight jacket, you just gonna run and you really gonna fuck yourself up. You're gonna knock yourself out and you're not gonna want to get back up. So you're just gonna lay the fuck there and they gonna feed your retarded ass. But see, if you just put a motherfucker in a padded room with no fucking straight jacket and just let the motherfuckers run full sprint head first into whatever the fuck they do, they gonna kill themselves eventually. They gonna get that damn bored to that crazy shit that they actually spewing out to people on Facebook Live or Instagram or YouTube or whatever videos and talking about they the all and they this, that, and the other and the third. And it, nigga, if you don't sit the whole hell down, this whole, I ain't gonna even lie, this trend, because that's what it is. It's some reality behind it, but it's a freaking trend. This spirituality shit. It's a damn trend. It's not a way of life that I know some people have taken it and been successful at it because their life is so much better because of it.
Right.
But then there's those, it ain't even onesie twosies. It's like,
no, there's a plethora of following.
It's like 60, 62, 60s, 61, 62s. Fuck onesie twosies. It's like 61, 62s that you run into every day. Ah, shit.
5150.
Namaste. I've had fucking podcasts, and I'm not gonna talk about this shit no more. All I'm gonna say is this: these mugs that I don't fuck with them no more because they try to manipulate. And when you take distance from people and shit, all they want to do is check the barometer to make sure that you okay, you ain't pissed off at them. And once they find that out, that's the A-okay for them to go talk shit about you. Because they know whatever shit they did talk didn't get back to you yet. That's the only reason why they're checking to make sure you're doing okay. The reality is that if we allow people to run their life that way and doing barometer checks and us thinking, oh, they just checking up on me. No, they're not. No, they're not. If somebody has to ask you that through the conversation which you are having and you're enjoying the conversation and then all of a sudden just out of the blue, so you sure you don't need anything? You know, everything good with you? Nigga, why you didn't ask me that when we first got on the phone? I asked you if everything was good and you said, yeah, you was dealing with da-da-da-da. And I was like, oh, okay, shit, I hope it gets better and blah, blah, blah. You didn't ask me that shit then. You wait until an hour later after you done told me this fuck shit about roaches. And now you want to ask me some shit? I swear, some of these people that we call friends and family, they ain't your friends and they ain't your family. I did a TikTok on that. I'm not going to go back on that. But
hell, they're not even acquaintances at that point.
They assholes.
Shoot.
What ifs? So I had this conversation and it's not so much the what, it's the if. There was a thought that we had many times or many years ago. My dad used to say this: if was a fifth, we all be drunk.
Oh.
If is a very, very, very small word with a big meaning. People don't look at the if and they don't look at the variables. The if is the variable. It's the one thing that can change anything and everything, not just in a sentence, but in life. But if you live your life on what ifs, 9 chances out of 10, you're not going to be successful because you're constantly thinking of failure.
Yep.
Failure is an acceptable property of us growing. In order to be financially wealthy, you have to fail.
Correct.
Do you think people just wake up with a lot of money and successfully hold on to that same amount of money throughout life? No, they fail. Because they overspend, they buy shit they don't need, their account gets low, and then it's like, oh shit, what did I do? Now they got to build that account back up, and they finally do, and it's like, okay, I learned I'm not going to do this shit, so what I got to do to make sure I put more money in the bank? And they learn, you know, the tools and everything they need to do so they could build that to a successful, you know, whatever. This is my issue. if is a variable, but the if factor is when you're established and you can offer the discount at any cost or at any discount, regardless of what the amount is, you can offer that. The if is that variable where it's a positive and a negative. You have the positivity to be able to say that this if is not what's going to control me. I'm going to control the if. So when I have the ability to be able to give to people, if it's not going to be something that they're going to have to deal with. So when you become successful, you try to eliminate the if, not just in your life, but for everybody else, that they don't have to go through it. But see, we don't think that way. The what if is always in everybody's mind because people try to avoid the what if. And then when what if shows up, it's like, damn, I should have dealt with that shit. Well, duh. It's like we constantly worry and think so much about our failures instead of actually thinking positive enough to where we won't fail. You attract bad shit to you because you are the bad shit. You can't keep attracting the bad things that happen to you and you try to avoid those things because avoidance is only attracting what the reality is going to happen. That's what avoidance is. You can avoid the shit all day. What happens to people? People avoid going to jail. They avoid going to jail. And guess what happens? The truth gonna catch up with your ass.
Right.
Ain't got nothing to do with security camera footage. Ain't got nothing to do with the fact that they got your fingerprints or your DNA. It ain't got nothing to do with that. You avoided something you've done.
Yeah.
What if I do this? Your ass is going to jail.
Mm-hmm.
You already answered that question. Then you tried to avoid it.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
What if I have sex with this girl with no condom? What's going to happen?
Bruh.
What you mean what's going to happen? You got an STD. You going to give it to her. Fuck you
She
mean?
might be pregnant.
They ain't even the pregnant thing that they thinking about. It's that STD that they don't talk about. People are willing to risk pregnancy right now. These motherfuckers looking for the Gok 2000 right now. They ain't worried about getting pregnant. They keeping that daycare full. I'm just saying. Yeah. They catching them kids. And even if they not, they doing just enough to where they ain't got to worry about that. But then, you know, sometimes it's that good. You just, well, fuck it. Shit, oh well. We got to take the responsibility of it now. But see, people ain't responsible enough. And then it's the what ifs. It's like, what if I didn't do that? What if you weren't thinking with your dick? What if you weren't thinking about, oh, this is mine, so it shouldn't necessarily be a situation where I got to overthink if I'm going to do this. Well, what if we don't? What if you do? It ain't never, people don't ever have an answer to the question, what if they do? It's always, what if they don't?
And it's, I don't know.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know. What the fuck you mean you don't know? You want to be put in this situation, but what if it don't happen? I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, shit, what if it do happen then? Shit, man.
I don't know. Let's go.
We gonna do this. Then what? I don't know.
I don't know.
That happens all the damn time with what ifs. But seriously, I think on let's say on the money aspect, people jeopardize their credit thinking that they're gonna be able to fix it with the same money they fucked it up with. Let me tell you something. Little Tweety Bird. Your credit is the one thing that people ignore. It's the one thing that people ignore that are actually starting to pay attention to more now.
Oh my goodness, yeah. So
that
many people are paying attention.
People are like, damn, I wish I would have paid attention. I wish I would have paid attention. Guess what? I've been trying to get people to pay attention, not just credit, but I don't know, money making opportunities, all
any type of financial
for 3 years.
Anything.
For 3 years. I can count on my hands and toes how many people that actually follow through with that. I can actually count on my both of my hands, not even on my toes.
Yeah.
On both my hands. That's how few it is. And I got over 700-800 people on my Facebook.
Right.
I ain't like some of these people that got the max hold of 3,000. No, I ain't got all that shit.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy because I had a conversation with my oldest son earlier today, and one of the things that he said to me, he was like, you know what, Mom? I wish back in high school they would have taught to us about credit cards and the APR with it, and then the interest. He's like,
yeah,
interest. He's like, I'm paying my bills on time. I'm paying them ahead of time, whatever. He's like, but the interest, it feels like I'm not going nowhere with this credit card, even though I've been paying all my bills on time. But this damn credit card, the interest on it is ridiculous.
So,
he's like, I really wish they would have focused a little bit more on that, you know, in high school when we were having those kinds of conversations.
but see, that's the problem. Nobody was listening to those conversations back then. People were too busy trying to get some ass and graduate.
Well, I mean, yes, I can agree with you on that, but also too, the economics piece is not being taught to our children.
I had economics in high school.
Right, but
I had economics in high school. I'm way older than your son.
correct. But I think they haven't truly.
Now, that's an excuse, babe. I'm trying to tell you.
I'm just saying, I don't think they.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm not trying to cut you off. I'm trying to tell you. Economics is being taught in schools. If they taking it out since I went to school, that's a red flag.
I think they have.
I went to a competition in high school
Right.
for economics. I was in a math science magnet. Economics does not fit into that parameter. Maybe in math, but really it's not math. It's economics. So it's being taught in schools. It's just not a forced curriculum that it should be in all schools. I learned about the interest rate and everything else in economics in high school. I was a junior, as a matter of fact. No, I was a sophomore. Sophomore and a junior, actually.
Yeah, because like when I went to high school, we had like a semester. That was it of economics. That's all that was taught to us was a semester, and you either
That's
got
all you
it
need.
or you didn't.
No, that's to be honest with you, that's all you need. To teach any more, you're going to become an economist. The basics on economics is a semester long. I'll be honest with you. It's a semester long. You can't stretch that out in a year. You really can't. The problem is this. We're not teaching it enough on a basic level to where even if it was something that you could do for a year, you're not even trying to build that up, because you really could build up a whole year of economics. You really could.
Yeah, so like for us, ours was split. So we had like economics, but then the other portion was like a health class or something.
That's not economics. That's not what I'm
semester.
Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about. Economics needs to be economics. Forget the placeholder, what you're going to put at the end of the semester to complete the year. Economics is the topic that needs to be talked about, because we are failing as an adult, trying to adult.
Oh, yeah, I totally agree.
Going to college, going in the military, whatever the case may be, you learn all these things if they're not taught to you at a young age. And then some kids are like, well, I was taught that. Yeah, but did you teach other people that wasn't taught that? Or did you talk down to them because they didn't go to the same school you did?
Yeah.
So it's like people look inferior when they have to ask questions about economy. But then when they don't ask those questions and they have to learn by failure, I think those people become more successful because they've learned through failure, going through the process of the economy. Whereas these people that went to school for economy, half those fuckers don't even apply to shit.
Yeah.
They can't even balance a fucking checkbook, let alone fucking balancing having kids and being in a successful relationship.
Yeah.
You can't balance that type of shit in your life when you don't understand it. And even if you understand it, that doesn't mean you're going to be great at it.
True.
So our problem is that we are not educating our kids, even ourselves, with being better with money, because
that part.
We learn from our mistakes. And to me, people are living through their mistakes instead of learning from them. You can't live your life through mistakes. People are living through their mistakes because they don't want to elevate past them, learn from the mistake, and be better at it. No, I'm just going to be stuck in this bullshit that I'm in because it's comfortable. Okay, then be stuck. Don't bitch about it. Do not bitch about it. You cannot bitch about a situation that you put yourself in that you're okay with being in and you're not trying to get out of it. That makes absolutely no sense. That's insanity. You keep doing the same thing with the same results over and over again. That's insanity. You know what the result's going to be. You keep doing it. You don't change it up. You don't try to manipulate it. It's failure. That's insanity. You know it's going to fail. You just keep doing the shit. That's the same thing with money. You can't manipulate situations to monopolize money that you don't understand. People steal from people because they don't know how to handle money. They want to take care of a situation that they put themselves in. So the easiest way to get out of it is to take from somebody else. That's the answer to everybody's questions. To the problems. That's the shortcut. I don't want to work for it. I just take it from them. Okay, so what's the end result? You accidentally kill somebody, or you do kill somebody, and then you give the said money to the family to take care of them just for a temporary situation, and now you're on the run. What's going to happen next month? Oh, that's right. You in jail because you're a fucking idiot. Oh, by the way, the reason why you're in jail is because you took a life.
Right.
Or this person is, crippled and going to have PTSD for the rest of their life. So we have manipulated situations because of everything that's going on in the world and negated the fact that we need to teach our youngins how to be better than us.
Right.
How are we teaching our sibling? How are we teaching, not even our sibling, how are we teaching our kids? How are we teaching the people around us to be better than us if they're jealous of us? So that's why I think, even with my podcast, I was like, glad that I took a month off because it made me realize a lot of shit. You can't brag or even tell people about your success because they're jealous of you. And they want to make sure that you fail. And they want to try to do everything they can to make sure you do fail. When I was talking to people about finances and telling them about cryptocurrency, a lot of people was paying attention. None of them was doing anything about it. Nobody was kept buying it. They was just putting in a couple $100 and seeing what happens.
Yeah, that wasn't paying attention to
not dollar cost averaging.
Yeah,
because dollar cost averaging is you put the same amount of money into cryptocurrency every month, and regardless of the market, if the crypto is down when you buy it, what I mean by down is, okay, say this. Say every month you buy Dogecoin. This is what dollar cost averaging is. If every month I put $100 in Dogecoin, the first month I put $100 in Dogecoin, Dogecoin was 15 cents. The second month, 10 cents. Third month, 11 cents. Fourth month, 9 cents. Fifth, say 6 cents. And from 6 all the way to 12, it stayed at 6 cents. You're going to have more you're going to accumulate more coins because your initial buy of Dogecoin at 15 cents with $100 is going to produce lesser coins. However, every month for 12, you're going to have more coins because the price was down. It's at 6 cents and it stayed at 6 cents. So you bought the same consistent amount of coins for 6 months. Then say the year goes by and then January comes around and it jumps up to say 20 cents. And you're still buying $100 worth of coins every month and it went up to 20 cents. And then say the next month, say February, it goes to 30 cents. But you're still buying that $100. The value of everything that you got in there, because if you're doing the math,
yeah, it's going up.
You didn't have $1,400, but that worth of the coins that you have in there is not going to be $1,400. It's probably going to be more like almost, well, it went up, 5x. So Just saying, you could be looking at around, give or take, you put in about 1,400, start going up, and it 5x'd. I mean, I'm not a mathematician, but 5 times 4 is 20. Add the 2 to the 5. That's 7. So you can have about $7,500 in there if you dollar cost average into one cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
Bitcoin can't really dollar cost average in there because Bitcoin is over 20,000. You can dollar cost average in Ethereum if you put, say, $1,000 in it every month, because that's the average it's been all of this year is about 1,000. And as it goes up, you know, you may not have a full Ethereum. You may have a couple, depending on the price. Because if the price, say, stagnates and say it's at 1,500 for a couple of months, and you putting 1,000 in there, you're going to get a full Ethereum every other month.
Yeah.
So even with that being said, you know, every other month, you can have 6, 7 Ethereum by the end of the year. If it's at $1,500 on the average, it goes up to $2,000. That's only $500, but that's way more money than you put in there. That's almost, you know, well over 10 grand that you're going to be profiting on top of the 10 grand you already put in there, or 12. So teaching and giving the ability to have people understand cryptocurrency is kind of like something that I've been wanting to do, only because I understood it. But I didn't know what it was, and I didn't know what trading was. So to understand stocks, and that's what I did. I tried to understand what stocks was before I even got into cryptocurrency. And I was trading stocks for like a whole year. And then I was like, okay, I understand it. What's this crypto about? And I was like, damn, I should have got into it 2 years ago. Damn, I should have got in it 4 or 5 years ago. I heard about this shit back then. Somebody was investing in it, and they was talking about it was only 10 cents. You should do it. I didn't.
Yep.
And even if I had did like $200 and remembered my account and don't remember I did it, but I did it, yeah, I'd be looking pretty nice right now. But that's not the point. The point is that I doubted it.
Yeah, what if?
I said, what if? What if it did not fucking work? What if it's some bullshit? What if it's a scam? I don't understand it. And the reason why I didn't understand it is because I didn't teach myself. I didn't learn. And that's what we got to do. We got to educate ourselves in the ability to be able to make more money, but we don't.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping next month I'm going to do a segment every podcast, just financial awareness, putting the pieces together so that people can get smarter, and a dumbed down version so that everybody can understand. And it's not dumb to dumb it down. It's only dumb if you don't pay attention to it. I'm not saying that you're dumb. What I'm saying is that if the information is free and I'm giving it, why not apply it? Even if it's $5 or $10.
Yep.
So I'm going to start doing that beginning next month, which is only in a week. So be prepared for that I'm going to be doing that every Friday. I'm going to be talking about finance. I'm going to be talking about cryptocurrency. We'll be talking about stocks. I'll be talking about all finances. Not that long of a segment, probably about 10 or 15 minutes, but at the same time, it's going to be something that is going to push people through information, education. And as time goes on, I'm really starting to step into this real estate thing.
What's something that you can give to the people before we close out the kind of financial piece of this? You know, what's something that you can give them as kind of like an additional nugget for themselves that they can start processing right now? Past this information. Next week, I promise to give you apps that you can download onto your smartphone and invest whatever it is that you can invest in into these things, meaning real estate, things that'll help your credit go up, opportunities to keep you into a better atmosphere financially because it's going to educate you as well as tell you why they're doing this. Not to mention the fact I'm thinking about, and I have decided, but I haven't decided,
It's one of those what ifs that I have to go through. And people say, oh, you shouldn't have to go through it if you're talking about it. No, we all do. I know that I'm going to do this. It's how I'm going to deliver it is the question. There is an opportunity for someone to be able to, I wouldn't say someone, it's actually a team of people that be in your corner to help you, with your credit. Everybody has these $19.99 or $60 things to where you can get your credit fixed. Send letters into your credit bureau, whatever like that. Now, I got people that's going to educate you and talk to you. Be at the palm of your hand on your smartphone, just like how you look at Facebook. Be able to actually talk to people and make money from it. And what I mean by that is that the money that you're going to be able to save when they get all your information and then tell you this is how you need to do it. I mean, they go in far detail as far as like your cable TV. If you're paying too much on your cable TV and your internet, there's like, once you do this, the money that you're going to have extra, that's what you can use to invest. That's what you can use to save. That's what you can use to put into savings. Because let the truth be told, I've been talking about this for forever. Putting your money in a savings account, you ain't making nothing but 0.05%. What, 0.1?
Yeah, you don't make that much in savings.
Yeah, 0.005 to 0.1. It ranges. I don't give a damn if you had $10,000 in the bank.
Yeah, you definitely ain't maximizing it sitting in savings. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, you take more risk buying crypto. Yeah, you take more risk buying stocks. You don't take no risk having it sitting in your bank account for a month. It's just sitting there.
Right.
Just sitting there. The next month you put another 10,000 in there. It's just sitting there. Ain't making no money. It's just sitting there. But I know somebody that can put $10,000 in crypto. Although it's volatile, and this is not financial advice. But you can put that same 10,000 in crypto, understand crypto, learn it, know which crypto to put it in, and just leave it alone. That same next month, you put another 10,000 in there, you can probably realize that 10,000 that you put in there is probably not going to be 10,000, maybe 9, maybe a little over 10. It may be at 11,000. But allowing yourself to put your money into a vehicle that's going to produce positive flows of income is up to you. Sitting in your savings account is not going to be positive flows of income. You want an active, passive income. And being able to understand crypto and how it does and what it does and everything else is that passive income. Yes, it takes a lot of time. You have to sit there and pay attention to it. And when it's on its up days, it's on its up days. And you can probably make a few $100 to $1,000 or whatever. And it's like, what are you doing with it? You're going to leave it in there? Because you can't just mess with it. Leave it alone. And dollar cost average into it. Whatever it is you can afford to put in there every month. If it's a bad week, put it in Tether. That's all you can do.
Yeah. And Tether's basically like putting it back into like a safe spot.
It is a safe spot. Tether is $1. It doesn't move. Well, unless you are Terra Luna and hold your money in a spot of a coin that's supposed to be $1 and it drops all the way down to like 30 cents, then that'll kind of piss you off if you got a couple $1 million in there. So Tether is not going to do that. There's a couple of other like USD coin. USD coin, USD coin. And there's a few others that are valued at $1 that you can put your crypto in as a holding space until the crypto market kind of levels off, and then you can start investing it back into the things that you had before, or you can just leave it in there, having faith that it's going to go in there, or you can stake it. There's a whole bunch of different things you can do with crypto to make money, but in the savings account, that's all it's doing. It's saving you from spending it. That's all the savings account is doing. It's saving you from spending it. The only difference is you got access to that same money that you choose to hold in there.
Right.
But anyway, we've been on here for over an hour, and I ain't gonna try to keep y'all. It's Friday night, so I want everybody to enjoy their Friday. And I told you I'm gonna try to keep my podcast within an hour until we get to the point where it's like, okay, now we need to do 2 hours because we got too much shit we want to put out. And that's what we're gonna go to that. But now at this point, no, we're just gonna do an hour on Fridays while we chilling, enjoying our Friday, just like I hope y'all are. Anything to leave the people with before we get up out of here?
The only thing I can leave them with is enjoy your weekend. Thanks for tapping in and tuning in. Join us every week. Jump on to Facebook if you haven't already. Like and share the That's What I Said page. Said, C-E-D, not S-A-I-D. Other than that, if you want something talked about, drop us a comment in the on the page, and we will get back to you, or we will have that discussion live. Thank you. Peace out.
That's what's up. Peace and love to everybody. I hope everybody's enjoying their Friday. Like I said, make sure y'all pass this on. If you listen to it on Facebook, I appreciate you. Listen to it on Spreaker.com. I appreciate it. If you haven't downloaded the app, download the Spreaker.com app. If you don't listen to it live and you listen to it on Apple Music or wherever you get your podcasts, I appreciate you taking the time to listen to it. Until then, we're going to see y'all next Friday because we will be back next Friday. And if it won't be Friday, it's going to be Saturday. So that's the only 2 days you can expect me. But 9 times out of 10, it's going to be Friday at 8 o'clock-ish p.m. Ish. Eastern Standard Time. Peace and love, everybody. We out. Peace.
That's What He Said with Cedric D. Sanders. That's What He Said with Cedric D. Sanders.
100% real, raw, and uncut.